Hello, welcome back. In this part, we're going to take a look at assembly language statements. Assembly language programs consist of three types of statements. We have the first one, which are called the executable instructions or instructions. Okay, and the next one are called the assembler directives or the pseudo ops. Okay, and the third ones are called the macros. Okay, the executable instructions or simply instructions tells the processor what to do, and each instruction consists of an operation code, okay, which is called the opcode, and each executable instruction generates one machine language instruction, okay, and the assembler directives or the pseudo ops tells the assembler about the various aspects of the assembly process, okay. And these are non-executable, okay. They are non-executable and do not generate machine language instructions, okay. So for the macros, these ones are basically basically a text substitution mechanism, okay. So we shall take a look at all of them in details, okay. So let us take a look at the syntax of assembly language statements, okay. So assembly language statements are entered one statement per line, and each statement follows the following format. So let's go inside our terminal and I show you something. So inside our terminal, I'm going to print the working directory. As you can see, we are inside our home user directory, okay. And I'm going to create a file. I'm going to name it statements. I'm going to use nano. So nano state, I'm going to name it, let me name it basic, like that, and then I name it basic.asm, like that. Okay, so inside here we are going to do something, okay. So we are going to take a look at the syntax of our assembly language statements, okay. So the assembly statements are like this, okay. They're like this. Here we can have our label, okay, and from there we can have our mnemonic, okay, like that. I'm going to explain them, okay. Mnemonic, and then we can have some operands like that, operands, and from there we can decide to have some comments, okay. So we can have some comments there, like that, okay, like that, okay. So this is the fields in the square brackets are option, okay. So these ones are option. For example, we can have these ones, that one, okay. So even comments are their option, okay, but the mnemonic, this one here is not option, okay. So a basic instruction has two parts, okay, and the first one is the name of the instruction, or call it the mnemonic. This one, it's the name of the instruction, okay, and this one is the one that is executed, and the second one are the operands, or call them the parameters of the command, okay, which is these ones, okay, these ones, the operands, okay. So let us take a look at some examples of typical assembly language statements, okay. So let me delete, no, let us remain with those ones, comments, like there. Okay, so let us take a look at some assembly language statements. Okay, so we have the first one, which is let me use uppercases, ink count, like that, okay. So this one increment the memory variable count, okay. This one increment the memory variable count, okay, that one there, okay. And we can have another one, which is move. Let us use move. We can move 48 into total, like that, okay. And this one transfer the value 45 in the memory variable total, okay. So there we can have another one, for example, add, we can have AH and then BH, like that, okay. So and this one add the content of the BH register into the AH register, okay, like that. So okay, like that. So from there we can have another one, like we can use, there is also and mask 1, and 128, like that, okay. And this one perform the AND operation on the variable mask 1 and 128, 128. Okay, 128. Okay, so let us take a look at another one. For example, we can have another one, for example, max. Okay, max and then 10. Okay, and max 10. Okay, and this one, for example, not and, let us use and. Okay, add, not and, add. Okay, and this one, add 10 to the variable max. Okay, so from there, let us take a look at another one. Move, want to move 10 into AL. Okay, so this one, transfer the value 10 to the AL register. Okay, like that. Okay, like that. So from there, in the next part, you have seen some like you have seen how how we use these statements. Okay, and how we use the mnemonic statement, the mnemonic keywords. Okay, as you can see. So if we use move, this move is going to move this second operand into the first operand, as you can see there. And this one, not move, we don't use move with we use move. Okay, we don't use with v. Okay, with e, we use move without e. Okay, like that. So from when on this line, we are going to move 48 into the variable total. Okay, like that. Okay, and when we use and, we are going to perform the and operation on the max one variable and the 128. Okay, like that, like that. Okay, so in the next part, we shall take a look at our first our program. Okay, we shall run our first program. We shall create it from scratch, and we shall run it in assembly. Okay, using the NASM assembler. Okay, so thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe.